others and sharing your heart. The next point in being happy is that happy people have boundaries. King Solomon, one of the wisest men that ever lived, said this: "Above all else, guard your heart, for it is the wellspring of life." What is a boundary? Well, a boundary is like a property line. It basically defines where you end and where another person begins. A boundary sets a limit to behavior, and boundaries include things like your dreams, your passions, your time, your energy, your beliefs, and your values, and many other things. Healthy boundaries guard your heart and your mind and your soul and your energy. And it comes from self-control. That's how you develop boundaries, not other control. You need to get away from that. No one ever asked anyone. You can't control other people. So really you can only control yourself. And so it makes sense. And the results are more personal freedom in your life. Okay. Happy people also have an internal locus of control. They understand they are controlled by themselves and not by others and circumstances. They do not let other people control, manipulate, do not let other people's control, their manipulation, their irresponsibility, or even abuse be in charge of their life. They set limits on what they will and will not allow in their life. And they quickly address infractions and do not put up with repeated patterns of hurtful and irresponsible behavior. Let's look at a poem by another famous Hebrew scholar, King David. He was actually the father of King Solomon. And he said this. He said, I will set no worthless thing before my eyes. I hate the work of those who fall away. It shall not fasten its grip on me. A perverse heart shall depart from me. I will know no evil. Whoever secretly slanders his neighbor, him I will destroy. No one who has a haughty look and an arrogant heart will I endure. My eyes shall be upon the faithful of the land, that they will dwell with me. He who walks in a blameless way is the one who will minister to me. He who practices deceit shall not dwell in my house. So clearly, what David is saying here is he sets a boundary. He says, I allow the boundary that I have allows good things to come in, but prevents the bad. So it keeps the bad things out, lets the good in. And that's how a boundary should be. Steps to better boundaries. First, don't go it alone. This is the first time you've heard about boundaries. One of my word of cautions is don't try to do this without a good support group. Find a good support group to help you take a stand in difficult situations. Secondly, develop better self-control. Begin to value the treasures in your own life, in your own heart, and find ways to protect them and nurture them. Use boundaries to not only protect you from evil, but to help you focus on building good things into your life and the lives of those around you. And finally, name your boundary areas. Write them down and begin working on them. Examples of boundary areas would be, for example, I will not trust a liar or a cheat. I will not allow myself to be abused physically or verbally. I will not take responsibility for the irresponsible behavior of others. I will not allow myself to be around substance abusers of those and the like. I will not allow myself to be constantly criticized. And I will not allow someone to derail me from my path of growth mentally, emotionally, spiritually, etc. Those are all examples of boundary. Notice, as you're placing a boundary, you do all things in love. If you're speaking the truth, you're speaking the truth in love. In love for yourself, love for others, love for everyone. Your safe community.